Should you get ripped off buying Paldan Fates? Let's look at the numbers. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Paldan Fates, the first set of 2024. I think 2024 is going to be a great year for the Pokemon TCG. I'm genuinely excited about Paldan Fates. I think it's a great set. What I'm not excited about is what happens around release when everyone thinks they're going to miss out, the prices are going to go to the moon all of a sudden on this new set, and they end up making mistakes and overspending and getting price gouged. They get ripped off. So in this video, I'm going to show you the smart way to both buy and invest in this new set, and you can choose to do whatever the hell you want with your own money. I'm doing a giveaway. Larry is on the loose again. It's a 3-pack blister. It's the tech sticker package. I'll be giving that away, so just let me know the timestamp when you see Larry. Make sure you are a subscriber. Full details are in the caption. Where is Larry hiding? You may be able to see him right now. I don't know. So let's see. So step number one, guys, first thing you're going to be aware of, and this is probably the hardest thing, is just be patient. Just be patient. I want you to take a deep breath with me and then repeat. So take a deep breath. There is no need to rush. There is no need to rush. This set is going to be out for a very long time. Modern sets are taking a lot longer to appreciate substantially. You may see gains here and there where you can look for flipping opportunities, but I am an investor that likes to look long term, stick boxes in the cupboard, and then kind of marinate for a decade or so and see how things turn out. So number two, know your products. Know your products, know what's good and what's, quite frankly, garbage. There are a lot of products they brought out for this set, a lot of ancillary products. So first of all, they're doing a wave release between now and February 23rd, I think. You should be collecting what you love and love what you collect, not what somebody on YouTube says you should or shouldn't get. From an investing standpoint and a pack per price per pack, the booster bundles are great, so wait for them to go down to around kind of 22, 23 bucks, which they will. The blisters, the 3-pack blisters, the one I'm giving away, they're going to be the best. Just know that they don't move that fast, and a 300% gain sounds really cool, but that's like 30 bucks, and then you got to sell it on and do all that other fun stuff. So buy a case of those, around 10 to 12 bucks per, if you can. The mini tins and the big tins are, quite frankly, crap from a storage standpoint, and the cost per pack is like, it's anywhere between 5 to 7 bucks. The mini tins are not bad, but once you get up to the big tins and those big EX boxes, it's just a rip-off. So wait for those to come down if you really want them, because they will. I know the big thing that people are going to want to chase is the Elite Trainer Box and the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box. So let's have a look at what's been going on with those in pre-release. I'm going to pull up the TCG Player pre-sale data. Guys, this is a joke, all right? This is like Fantasyland numbers here. Like starting at 64 bucks for a regular ETB from a holiday set and going down, like crashing to $52.23. It's not real. There's only a certain amount of sellers who can do pre-sales or list pre-sales on tcgplayer.com. There's about 1,200 of them. They have to be a brick and mortar store. They have to be a certified hobby shop, and they've got to have, X amount of reviews and X amount of sales and reviews over the year. You're getting gouged at this price, like $52 for an Elite Trainer box that is 50 bucks at GameStop, 50 bucks at Best Buy, and 50 bucks pretty much everywhere else on the big box land. So this brings me to my next point. Know your pricing and look for deals. All right, so distribution on this Elite Trainer box is going to be like big boy discounts. Like the top guys, 28 bucks to kind of 30 bucks. Then it kind of scales up from there. I am not for 1 second suggesting that business owners should not be turning a profit, but there are razor thin margins, and that's kind of what's happening. You should not be getting ripped off at 50 bucks for an Elite Trainer box. That's a 70 to 80% profit margin. 40 bucks is closer, but we're still not quite low enough. The prices will continue to come down. Look at what happened with Crown Zenith. Incredible set. Paldan Fates is not Crown Zenith, but they were kicking that out. And there were lower prices on that too. I didn't screen grab them from your TikTok sellers and all that fun stuff. So you want to get under $4 per pack if you're going to rip it as well. And I know you want to rip it at release, but if you can wait and rip it down the road, once you've got these big discounts, that's going to help you a lot. Sorry, my clicker stopped working. So look, there's sellers kicking it out at 37, 38 bucks. That's happening. So just make sure you're aware of that. I'm not endorsed by these guys. I don't have any affiliation with them. But yeah, look for the deals. They're out there. And this may seem paradoxical, but do support your local card stores as much as possible. They are the lifeblood of our community. At least give that business owner a chance to perhaps price match or come close to the Elite Trainer box. You might be surprised what they say if you go about it in the right way and be polite about it. You might be thinking at this point, should I invest in Paldean Fates at all? Like, is it worth investing in, Rob? Yeah, like everything ticks up eventually. This is a nifty set. It's a holiday set. It should do well. It's shinies. Yeah, there's lots of shiny sets, but I do think it will do well. The real question is, can you wait to get in at the right entry point? Can you be patient? Can you hold yourself back and control the FOMO? Because here's what happens on almost every set, and it happens in slightly different ways, but starts sky high at release, it comes down, it's a race to the bottom, invoices have to be paid, it bottoms out, it flatlines for a bit, maybe it goes up a little bit, and then there's a reprint, and then after it's out of print, eventually, however many years later it is, when you can't readily get it at PokemonCenter.com or whatever it is, it's going to start going up. People take profits. It starts going up. People take profits. And it just only trends in one direction over the long term because the supply is not infinite. So let's look at an example of that. This is a great example. Shining Fates. It's been, the printer has been left on this set for 3 years straight. They call it Shining Farts. It's still on PokemonCenter.com for $49.99 US. Here's what's going on TCG Player. Take a look at this. So in the last, well, since September, it's gone from like 37 bucks up to $46. That's like 27, 30% gain, depending on which listing you're looking at. That's a really good gain over a very short period of time. And there's private sales that are even lower. I got my one. I actually only have one of these. I'm not a huge fan of this set. But the price I paid on it was $40 Canadian, which if you're converting that for the US folks or anyone else viewing internationally, is like $3 and a stick of gum. So it's extremely, extremely cheap. So that brings me to my next point. Buy low. It may seem elementary, but it is very, very true. And it's difficult to do. You got to time the market. And you might be thinking, well, timing the market beats timing the market. Yeah, I completely agree with that over the long term, but you want to maximize your gain in the short term too. And, the whole thing that Pokemon are stocks applies a little bit, but, they behave in some ways like stocks, but in other ways they don't. We know what the floor is. We know what the absolute minimum sell price on a product can be from distribution. And we know what the MSRP is. The whole upside we don't know, but it's possible to time it. It's possible to get the lowest price. You can get kind of low, really low in there. It's just how long it's going to take to appreciate. So really look at that. Now, what I'm getting at here, guys, in a very roundabout way, is if you're rocking up to Walmart, to Best Buy, to Target, or doing these pre-orders at $50, $45 per ETB, that is not the way to buy or invest in Pokemon cards. You are paying the FOMO tax. And if you want to pay it knowingly, that's totally fine. I have done it. I've really wanted to have something at release, and I was willing to overpay for it and do so knowingly. So that's okay if that's your Pokemon journey. But if you look for an entry point on these Elite Trainer boxes, somewhere around kind of 30, like early 30s to kind of mid 30s, buy it and then just sit on it. You will do totally fine over the years as they tick by. Everything goes up, even Shining Farts. I got a price target for 5 years, time on that of $60. Let's go to the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. But before we do that, please subscribe to my channel if you like the cut of my jib. There'll be lots more investing and collecting content. Here's what's going on with the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box right now. It's going for a whopping $170. Sorry, it was, and then it's come down to a measly $130. Big crash on that one in pre-release. Again, these are Mickey Mouse numbers. They're made up. Look at the 151 ETB. Paldean Fates is not 151. This one was up at 120, it came down, and now it's somewhere around $100. I'd imagine more waves are coming of this. You can find things like Obsidian Flames. You can find Swish era sets still, Pokemon Center ETBs like Fusion Strike, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin. They're up there on Pokemon Center still. There isn't really a rush on some of these. Like if you see them come up, get them for around $60 or whatever they cost. Stick them away in the cupboard. They will do just fine over the years. I've got a price target of $95 on the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. Finally, singles. If you don't already know this, singles always come down after release. That is totally normal. It's healthy for them to do that. Look at the top chase card in Scarlet and Violet base, top chase card in Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, top chase card in Paradox Rift. They all come down substantially. So don't get ripped off at release unless you really just have to have that shiny blue Mew. Thank you to some friends who helped me out with some pricing and some general advice on this. What's the verdict, guys? What's the verdict? There are lots of sets that are coming out this year. There'll probably be 6 by the time it's all told, maybe more. Don't overpay. Don't overpay. There's no rush. You can still pick this up in a year's time, probably for much lower than it is now. Be patient, know your pricing, look for deals, and trust me, everything will be great. Guys, Pokemon investing should be a very small portion of a well-balanced investment portfolio. I love making this video. Until next time, take it easy.